What's going on, my good peoples, man? It's Wednesday, April the 22nd, you know what I'm saying? Live from the slip seat, you know what I mean? I know some people like, why you call it slip seat? Because I'm a driver, I'm a truck driver, and I'm a local driver, and call it slip seat is when you switch out when there's more than one driver using that truck. So that's why I call it, we call it slip seat. So live from the slip seat. Yo, man, peace and blessings to everyone, man. Hope everybody's staying safe and, getting in and out, handling your business and going back in the house, man, and try to stay clear if you ain't got to be out here, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my essential workers. Shout out to, and blessings to all who may have lost a loved one in this pandemic, man, this coronavirus, man. Is crazy, and as I always say, whatever we think, whatever our beliefs are concerning this coronavirus, it's going down. It's going on, and so regardless of what we believe in and how we view this thing. So, and blessings to those who may have contracted the virus and who are now clear of it. Peace and blessings to y'all as well, man, and well, we're going to jump right into it today, man. Oh, yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to the page. Hit the bell for notifications. So anytime I post a new video, you guys can, you guys will be able to see it. You know what I'm saying? You will get an email, So make sure y'all do that. Make sure y'all subscribing, so y'all can see every time I post it, man, And, yeah, so today we're going to jump right into it, man. Something came through yesterday, when CNBC yesterday. It was published yesterday, Tuesday, April the 21st, 2020, at 9:57 a.m. on CNBC. And they were talking about, this is something that I said was going to happen once the executive branch, which is the president and the House, when they said that they were going to give up more money to the states at the start of this pandemic, when they were talking about, we're going to give more money to the states and fund them. We're going to give money, stimulus packages for, this, that, and the third, the different tiers of the packages. I said it was going to be some crap to go on. I knew it was going to be some people, shooting for that money. And that really shouldn't have been shooting for it. You know what I mean? That really shouldn't have been going for the money. And here we are. So all the small businesses, we know that small businesses is anything, you know what I'm saying? I say 500 employees and less. They say 1,500 and less. I say 500 less, but when I think about small business, I think about mom and pop, and I think about that little corner store that your family been rocking with forever. They've been in the neighborhood for years, you know what I'm saying? And I think about, when I think about small business, I think about those staples in our communities, those restaurants that been in our community since we were young, and they were there when our parents were coming up. You know what I'm saying? And they don't have, they just family ran. So when I think about small business, I'm thinking about those. They don't even have 5 employees. You know what I'm saying? The cashier is the owner, and he's stocking the store. He might have his son or his wife, or, but I'm thinking that's when I think of small business, that's what I think about. And this is just the sleaziest thing, bro, that you can actually do. So here's the article from CNBC. The title reads, "Here are the largest public companies taking payroll loans meant for the small businesses." So you know that PPP program that the government, came out, the stimulus package, the PPP stimulus package that they had for the small businesses. You have 40 companies that are publicly traded. 40 companies. I'm going to show you the list. It's 40 companies here, man, that have taken money. 40 companies. You can't see them all, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to show y'all a I'm just showing y'all the break. See, actually, who compiled this list? Morgan Stanley had compiled this list for the PPP loans to public companies. These are large companies that are publicly traded that vied for this money. And when I tell y'all, it's 40 companies that are publicly traded. They took anywhere from the lowest I seen was 3 million. The max they were asking for was 15.1 million. Shame on J. Alexander Holdings, because y'all went for the most. But I'm going to get back to them. So, there's hundreds of millions of dollars of Paycheck Protection Program funds have been claimed by large publicly traded companies. In fact, the U.S. government has allocated at least $243.4 million of the total $349 billion to publicly traded companies, according to Morgan Stanley. So, man, these people took two out of those 40 companies I told you, the 40 public traded companies. They've combined stolen 204, and I say stolen because you stole that from people that could have used it, from businesses and people that could have used it. Y'all didn't have to take that. And we're going to get back to that. $243.4 million was allocated to these publicly traded companies from the $349 billion. So you know, in 2 weeks, I know y'all been hearing it, within 2 weeks that money was gone. And I knew it when I said, damn, how that money was going that fast? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn, I know there's a lot of small businesses, but damn, that was fast. You know what I'm saying? And you wonder, those 40 companies, they publicly traded, they got their people in place, they was able to get that money fast. And meanwhile, you hearing small businesses trying to get it, they can't even get it. You know what I'm saying? Because these vultures went in there and stole the money before anybody, and they didn't even need it. These companies have thousands of employees. They're making millions of dollars a year, and you went and stole from people. You stole from other businesses. Stole. Okay. So, only one of the companies, you know what I'm saying? Now, let me go back. And several of these companies have market values well in excess of 100 million, including DMC Global, shame on y'all, Wave Life Science, shame on y'all, and Fiesta Restaurant Group, shame on y'all. Now I'm gonna tell you how much DMC Global asked for. DMC Global, where are you slime buckets at? DMC Global asked for, they got a loan for $6.7 million. That's what they got from that PPP, the Paycheck Protection Program that the government, the stimulus package money for small businesses. DMC Global got $6.7 million. Wave Life Science, where you slime buckets at? Wave Life Science got $7.2 million. Fiesta Restaurant Group. So when you hear group, then what that mean? There is a collective. They asked for $10 million. You slime buckets. Now, out of all that, those three companies right there alone, how many small businesses could have used that? Could have got something out of that? Let's do the math on that real quick. That's 10 million. Let's just say that's 7 million. Let's just say you're looking at $13.5 million between those three companies stolen. Small businesses could have got that. A lot of small businesses. I'm just estimating. You could have had maybe about 13. You could have had about 20, 30 small businesses get something out of $13 million just from them three companies, them slime buckets, stealing from small businesses. Well, at least Shake Shack, a burger joint, Shake Shack asked for $10 million. They got $10 million out of that PPP, that protection program. Thank you for, you knew you were slime buckets and they were going to put you on blast. So you gave it back. You thought you were going to take that money, Shake Shack, and thought that nobody was. You thought you was going to be able to take that money and nothing be heard. But I guess when y'all figured out people was getting put on blast, y'all returned it. What? You know what I'm saying? But at least you returned it, you know. We looking at least about maybe 30, 25, 30 small businesses could get something out of that, you slime buckets. At least y'all, you know what I mean, at least y'all gave it back. You know what I mean? But I know why y'all gave it back. You gave it back because y'all knew that y'all was going to be put on blast. You know what I'm saying? But why did you go through the application process anyway? Excuse me, I was gonna light up. That got me upset. Because I got a little small business, but that got me upset, man. You know what I mean? But I ain't making money yet to even try to go for that money. They told me I could, but I ain't gonna go for that because we ain't even there yet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even there yet to even go for that type of money. But it upsetted me when I read this, and I knew it because I called it. So I'm gonna read up something for y'all. I'm gonna read up a little bit here for y'all. But the research shows that several of the companies that have received aid have market values well in excess of $100 million, including, I already said DMC. But DMC Global, they're $405 million. Their market value. Wave Life Science has $286 million. Their market value. Fiesta Restaurant Group, $189 million. Your market value. Why are you asking for this money again? Fiesta, which employs more than 10,000 people. Fiesta Restaurant Group employs more than 10,000 people. Why are you asking for this money again? To go to your CEOs. That's what your companies were going to do. Y'all were going to give this money to your CEOs. Most of your employees wouldn't even see that. They'll probably get little pen. You probably won't only give them crumbs after you give your CEOs, you know, big boosters. Your CEOs and COOs and CFOs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's just crazy, man. So Fiesta, which employs 10,000 people, according to its last report, annual number received a PPP loan of $10 million. Morgan Stanley's data showed this. And that was that list I showed you. There's actually 40 companies on that list. 40 companies, man. At least 75 companies that have received the aid were publicly traded and received a combined $300 million in low-interest taxpayer-backed loans, according to a separate report published by the Associated Press. I think you've seen some pretty shameful acts by some large companies to take advantage of a system. Yes. Said Howard Schultz. We're going to get back to him. Howard Schultz is a former CEO, Starbucks chairman and CEO. Howard Schultz, former Starbucks chairman and CEO. Instead, the government should act as a backstop for the banks to give every small business and every independent restaurant a bridge to the vaccine. And that is the money and resources to make it through. We're gonna get back to that Schultz guy, cause he's a investor in one of the thieving companies, and he's saying that he should have hollered at his people that he invested in and make them give back that money. And if he's a former chairman, if he's formerly with Starbucks, he should still go back and holler at Potbelly. I'm gonna get to them. Because Howard Schultz invested in Potbelly. That's a restaurant too, based out of Illinois. But we going on. Statistics released by the Small Business Administration, the SBA, last week showed that 4,400 of the approved loans exceeded $5 million. The size of the typical loan nationally was $206,000, according to the SBA report last April. The SBA awarded the plurality of PPP dollars, 13.12% to the construction industry. Professional, scientific, and technical services received 12.65%. Manufacturing received 11.96%. Healthcare received 11.65%. And accommodation and food services received 8.9%. Congress approved the first come first serve PPP in March as part of the massive $2.2 trillion CARES Act, which at the time promised to ease some of the financial burden for the small businesses. Okay, now listen. So if the small business said, typical loans for a small business would be $206,000, the government should have had a freaking cap anyway on the amount. These vultures of companies went in and were greedy and tried to take off and try to just that was just greed, man. And that is the problem with this country, is that's greed, man. You're not thinking about nobody else but yourself and your pockets. You know what I'm saying? Who made that call? The CEO? Well, the CFO, the chief financial officers. You know what I'm saying? You cocksuckers stealing from small businesses when you guys are making hundreds of millions of dollars. Excuse me, man. It just got me pissed off right there. The nation's top lawmakers have in recent weeks worked to expand the small business funding. Staffers for Senator Schumacher and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi have been in talks with the Treasury Department on drafting another bill which appeared nearly finished by Monday evening. Schumacher, the top Democrat in the Senate, said Tuesday that he believes the chamber will pass an additional relief bill for small businesses later that day. Now, if we need to be gangster, we need to do what Obama did to them banks. You know what I'm saying? When they took that money for the bailout, Obama brought them to the White House, set them down. Look, I need that money back. That's what they need to do. They shouldn't have had to cut no more money. They should have took that money back from them businesses. Go take that money back. They said they are, but you should have went and took that money back from them. They don't need it. And if CNBC can post this up here, and Morgan Stanley can have the graph and show you with the market cap of these companies and have this out here, y'all, that's enough for the feds to go get that money back, because that's a crime. They stole something that they did not need. That is a crime. You know what I'm saying? He told CNN, let me go back. I don't want to lose y'all. Let me go back. So, man, it's just crazy. So last night, I think, on the 21st, Tuesday, they did pass it. So they are putting more money in. But I feel like y'all shouldn't have to do it. Y'all should have halt everything. Say to the small businesses, we sorry, we going to go back and get that money. Because, hey, listen, when the government want their money, what they do? They'll come get it. So I think they should have stopped what they was doing, went back and got their money from them people. You know what I'm saying? Stop everything. Hold up. Wait a minute. We know them checks ain't clear yet. Oh, let me get that back. We need that. Y'all stealing it. We going to come back and handle y'all later once we finish this. But we need that money back right now. But understand, we going to come back to y'all. That's what should have happened. So by Sunday, deliberations between the Republicans and Democrats included setting aside an additional $310 billion more into the PPP. Some $60 billion of that sum would be earmarked for rural and minority groups, while $60 billion will go to economic injury disaster loan program, a separate relief offered by the SBA for small businesses. Munchkin said that the deal may include $75 billion in funding for healthcare providers and hospitals and $25 billion for COVID-19. All right, we'll come back to that another time, right? So my thing is this, right? So why are we giving these people that? Why y'all let them slide off with that money? Why did the government let them? They should have stopped everything. And I believe a lot of the small business would understood. Go back and get that money that you set aside for the small business. It wasn't supposed to be for them, or was it? Or was that deployed? Or was this? This is almost like reminiscent of, New Orleans with Katrina. I remember I watched a panel on C-SPAN. I think maybe it might have been 2 years after the Katrina, and you had small businesses for years after the Katrina complaining about they never got the funding that was supposed to take care of them, that helped them out, that helped them rebuild in New Orleans. that money, the governor took that money and put it and gave it to who he wanted to give it to. And that's why that governor, he was in a hot seat for a long time. You know, the people were going at him. They wasn't fixing up, you know, certain neighborhoods. The low and disenfranchised didn't see anything, and they got hit. But they put money in more of the wealthier side of New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? And I remember watching the panel. It was on C-SPAN. And you had the small businesses there, you know, that was in the city of New Orleans. And you had the government on the panel. And the people were asking them, they said, yeah, we never seen that money, blah, blah, blah. What happened? To make a long story short on that. What they said, the government said at that time, was they just sent the emergency funding. They sent it there to the government, to the governor of Louisiana. And it was under his sole discretion to cut the money where it needed, to cut the, you know, to break the money down, split the money, break it up, and send it to where it needed to be put. They were leaving that up to the governor to do that. You know what I'm saying? But the small businesses never seen nothing. I don't know if they ever seen nothing later down the line because I never heard anything else about it from that time. But this is reminiscent to that. Difference is you had these greedy vulture, publicly traded companies going up there. They already making a lot of money, and you're gonna steal. You stole. That is not, and they cannot tell me they're lawyers, they CEOs, CFOs, COOs. You cannot sit there and tell me that you thought that money was for everybody, for every business. No, you knew that it says small business. You're not a small business. I'm pretty sure you don't market yourself as a small business. So you're going to go take from a small business. You vultures. And we wonder why we have a bunch of greedy blood seekers, man. Or blood suckers, I should say. They sucking the blood out of people, man. You know what I'm saying? They have no care in the world but for their own gain. And if you didn't need it, if anything, those businesses should have been given back. With all the money that their revenue, they should have been given back. They should have been jumping in and pitching in and helping some other small businesses. You know what I'm saying? But instead, you go take from them. You go take from them and the government. You took from all of us taxpayers, because that's taxpayer money. Let's not get it twisted about this money that's being dished out. That's taxpayer money. Understand that. And you vultures of a company's gonna steal. But I'm gonna break this down, right? So I just took just three of the companies that took the most money out of all of that. But like I said, I counted 40 companies on that Morgan Stanley list that stole the Paycheck Protection program money, the stimulus money for small businesses. I counted 40 companies on there, and the least money that was taken on there, the least was $3 million. Yeah, I'm looking at the list. Yeah, $3 million was the least, and that was by BioLace, some company called BioLace. There were too many companies. I didn't look into all of them and see what all of them were about. Some of them are restaurant chains and restaurant groups, financial groups that purchase. That will have like a collection of restaurants. So Quantum Corp, and check this out. Quantum Corp is one of them, right? Quantum Corp took $10 million from the PPP. The CEO is Jamie Liner. They started out he started in July 1st. Yeah, I'm running your business down, Jamie Liner. Their revenue was $402.7 million in 2019. That was their revenue, just in 2019. They're based out of San Jose, California. They manage and store video data. So they're making money. And when I say that, if you understand video data, it could be like, say they could be storing data for somebody like Netflix or Hulu, or they could be storing video data for companies like that. You know what I'm saying? So they're making money. They making money. You see it right there, $402.7 million. Just in 2009. That was your revenue. Why are you still, and I couldn't see anything about how many people they employ, but why did you need $10 million? Who is that going to go to? What do you need it for? Okay? All right. Potbelly asked for $10 million. Potbelly closed 10 of his restaurants in the second quarter of 2009. They will pull out of their international markets. They have other restaurants and stuff in other countries. You know what I'm saying? Altogether, they have 474 restaurants. That's Potbelly. They're based out of. They was founded in January of 1977. So they've been in business for years, bro. For 40 plus years. What? And you still got 474 stores. What? The founder is Brian Keel, Peter Hastings. They employ 6,000 people throughout their 474 stores. They employ 6,000 people. Now, why you need that money again, Potbelly? Their revenue was $23.9 million. One of Potbelly investors is Howard Schultz. What did I tell you about Howard Schultz earlier? Who I said Howard Schultz was? Howard Schultz was the CEO for Starbucks. He's one of the investors. This information is on Wikipedia. You can find it. He's one of the investors. He was one of the investors. So he's up there talking about it's shameful. Well, you invested in one of the companies that stole, Howard. Why you ain't hollering at them to get that money back? $10 million. That's crazy. That is crazy. Okay, number 3 up. You got J. Alexander's Holding. J. Alexander's asked for more than anybody. They asked for $15 million. $15 million. These vultures, sleaze bucket, asked for $10 million from a PPP, Paycheck Protection program for small businesses. That is to help to pay the employees and or what have you for small businesses and whatever else they needed, to keep them afloat. You slime buckets. J. Alexander Holdings. They asked for $15 million, the most out of anybody. And I'm just saying to myself, wow, how did the government just let these people go for this money? They didn't put a cap on it. It should have been a cap no matter if you was small business. If it was for a small business, it should have been a cap on the money to keep so everybody can get something. Because you can't save everybody, but if you can help enough people, but these sleaze buckets go in there and take $15 million, how many small businesses that could have helped? The J. Alexander Holding is a collection of 5-star restaurants. In 2017, they purchased a restaurant called 99 for $199 million. In 2017, they purchased a restaurant called 99 for $199 million. And you asked for $15 million? I see why you probably try to ask for that $15 million. But it wasn't for you, you slime buckets. Owned by Fidelity National Financial. The key people, Mark Parkey, CEO, Jessica Hagler, CFO, Mike Moore, COO. So Jessica Hagler, you the chief financial officer. Was this your call? You the chief financial officer for J. Alexander Holdings. Was this your call to take that money? They employ 2,700 people. The revenue is $304 million in 2016. That was their revenue. That was in 2016. So I guess they didn't report nothing maybe in 17 and 18 and 19. But in 2016, their revenue was $304 million. So it had to go up for you to, that was your revenue, and then you went and purchased another company So if your revenue in 2016 was $304 million, then you turn around in 2017 and purchase a company for $199 million. You know what I mean? Like, you had to, like, what was your numbers then? For you to purchase that then, what was your numbers in 2017 before that purchase? You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying, man, is, man, these people are vultures. And it's a shame. Oh, yeah, let me not forget about Ruth Chris. We ain't forgetting about you, Ruth Chris. Y'all expensive. Yeah, a lot of the entertainers and all the celebrities and athletes would big y'all up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know some of y'all might have ate at Ruth Chris. I never ate there before. But Ruth Chris, they ain't on that list. You know what I'm saying? But Ruth Chris got 20 million and they got 5,000 employees. Their revenue last year in 2019 was $468 million. They make steaks and shit. They made $468 million last year in 2019. They make steaks. The revenue was man, god damn. And you went and stole from the little man, from the small people, from the small businesses that wish they could have the money like y'all. And then you got a lot of small businesses out here, man, that still give back to their communities. You know what I'm saying? On top of that. You know what I'm saying? They give back, even though I know, they can go and, it's charity, or, you know what I'm saying, they can start other little not-for-profit little spin-offs of their company or something like that. But at the end of the day, you got small businesses giving back. It's obvious that none of them sleaze bucket companies that stole money from the Paycheck Protection program gave back anything. All they're about is stealing. You freaking thieves. That is a crying shame, man. That is a whole crying shame, man. And this is what I'm talking about when I said in the last video, man, that I did on the 19th on Sunday, on April the 19th on Sunday. Didn't I just say to y'all about we got to see who riding with us? It's done, and this whole process right here, this whole time showing us like who's down for us, who's there for us, who's gonna help us out and back us up in this time. Which businesses that some of us may support is gonna be there for us to help us out the same way we invested in their business. You know what I'm saying? And if they're in a position to help out, who's gonna be there to help out? You know what I'm saying? What celebrities, what athletes are gonna be there the way we support them and invest and market, unbeknownst to a lot of us, market their products via social media. When we think sometimes we think we just showing off that we got a new jacket or new pair of kicks or whatever. Some of us knowingly know that we're doing that, but we just showing that we got it. But some don't. Some not even taking into account that, hey man, we actually giving them free marketing after we done bought the product. Hey, and then you still, you know what I mean? Like, so what's the thanks now when a lot of our people are in trouble and need help? You know what I mean? So you can't help everybody, but I'm saying my whole thing has always been the same way that, a lot of these celebrities, athletes, or whatever, and wealthy and rich people, the same way that they come out and they're marketing their books and, the same energy they have when they're marketing a product should be the same energy you have when it's time to help. All of that being quiet and donating quietly. No, because the people are not donating to your ideas quietly. The people are not donating to your ideas quietly. The people are out here promoting. You guys, even some of these entertainers, you got a lot of these rappers and singers and shit. They're promoting brands and may not be getting a dime from it. So then they promote a brand, and then if you're able to go out here and afford that same brand, then you go buy it because they said it, because you like that artist. So all I'm saying is all those brands, where y'all at, man? What are y'all doing? I think publicly y'all need to share with who y'all and what y'all donating to in this time right here. There's a lot of people tucking their tails and hiding right now, man, and not saying much, man. But every time they got a tour, there's a concert, there's a new album come out. Every time there's a new sneaker come out, a new jersey, they come to the people, and we should support. we all down then when it's time to support them. So where you at now? And I'm not throwing shots at y'all. I'm just saying straight up. You know, if the people been riding, man, where y'all at? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Let's talk about it. Get it out there. Say what you doing. You know what I'm saying? Because for so long, the people's been saying what they've been doing. They've been rocking with you. They've been supporting you. You know, the people been acting like, you know, the people damn near been part of your family as much as they've been investing into some of the products and ideas of these wealthy and rich and, wealthy and rich folks, entertainers and actors. You know what I'm saying? And it's a shame. So, man, I ran, like I said, I wanted to talk about this because I knew, and I'm so, you know, like, I'm not even surprised and baffled about it. I'm real, like, I couldn't wait to talk to y'all about this because this was something that I had already, I've said this. When I said when the executive office starts saying that they were going to put a stimulus package together for different programs to help out different citizens and industries, I said, now it's going to be some okie doke bullshit that go on. There's going to be some states and people and things that are going to be asking for money that they don't even need. You know what I'm saying? And voila, here we go. First up the bat, these greedy businesses that's publicly traded that making millions of dollars, hundreds of millions, not just millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. And that's just what they're showing here. They could be making more than that. Just think about it. So, man, this is live from the slip seat, man. It's flying around here. Live from the slip seat, man. I just wanted to holler at y'all. And, I just try to bring other topics to y'all, man, to y'all awareness and talk about other things that's going on besides the obvious, you know what I mean? And, because sometimes we can have tunnel vision, man, and there'll be a lot of other things going on that'll go under the radar and untold and unspoken about, you know what I'm saying, because everybody's looking in one direction. But these are the things that, you know what I'm saying, that could get slid through the back door on you. And, and it's just a shame. It's just a crying shame, man. So again, man, shame on, I'm still say shame on you, Shake Shack, because you only returned that money because you knew that you were going to be publicly blasted. You know, if this was probably 40 years ago, you would have took that money and said nothing. You know what I'm saying? But now, due to the social media, the internet, the world, the World Wide Web, you know what I mean? Things get put out there fast, man. And, y'all returned that $10 million, but y'all still thieves, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you shouldn't have went for it. You're not a small business. Shame on all of those companies that took that money. DMC Global, Wave Life Science, Fiesta Restaurant, Quantum Corp, Potbelly, Broadwind Energy. They asked for $9.5 million. Hallador Energy asked for $10 million. Like, BioLess, asked for $3 million. Man, there's just so many companies on this list. Like I said, on this one list right here is 40. But they were saying it was 75 companies. But I only seen 40 on this list. But, man, just keep your eyes open, man. And don't get tunnel vision, man. Pay attention, man. And we need to start supporting who's supporting us after this right here. This time right here is pulled. It's going to pull more sheets off of the table, man. From those who've been eating a lot, who's been eating and just taking and not giving. So now that sheet's about to come off that table, man. About to, and what's been behind those doors all the time that the things that they've been doing, man, is all about it's all gonna come out right now too, because when people start to get when people get antsy and when people start to get desperate in these times, or desperate, they do a lot of crazy shit, man. And you seeing it now on the level right here. It's plain as day. They people are doing some crazy shit, man. You know what I mean? And wild shit. Just like, you cannot be a publicly traded company and do not know and did not know that Paycheck Protection Program, PPP, was for small businesses. It clearly said it. And you don't even recognize yourself. Y'all not recognized as a small business. You not addressing the people as a small business. So why are you taking from them? That's not for you. But you feel entitled. And all of that money is going to go to the CEOs, CFOs, COOs of those companies. The government need to go right in and take that money. They shouldn't have had to go and pull out more money because these thieves took something that wasn't theirs. That's stealing, right? And what happened to thieves when they steal, right? So why are they not being treated as such? Man, shout out to all the small businesses out there, man, and that's been staples and been adding to the culture of communities around the country, and that's there for the community, and they servicing the communities, man, and they know their customers, man. Shout out to all of those small businesses, man, around the country, man. Thank y'all for y'all servicing. Hey, man, I'm sorry that these companies have done that. You know, those big giants of companies have done that. Even though some of us never heard of them before, but they've been getting money. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of people, a lot of companies get money that we never heard of all around the country. And I'm glad that I was able to get that list from J.P. Morgan and CNBC put it on blast, man, because that's a shame. But once again, man, it's live from the slip sheet. Live from the slip seat, man. It's your boy Rashone, man. It's Wednesday, April the 22nd, 2020. And I'm just checking in with y'all with another video, man. The vultures, man. Large companies stealing the PPP loan meant for small businesses. It's a damn shame. Yo, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button, man, and make sure y'all hit that bell for notifications so y'all know every time I post a video, man, that y'all be aware of it, man. Stay up with me, stay rocking, stay safe out there, man, and peace and blessing to y'all all. One.